Hello YouTube, it's Scandalous Dee with another review for Scandal. Let's talk about this amazing, awesome, crazy, out of control, twisty-turvy season finale. I loved it. I know a lot of people didn't, or a few people didn't, but I was here for it. I loved everything about it, so let's get into it. Papa Pope gets rushed to the hospital. Jake comes in and, well, first we hear somebody, we hear Fitz saying a speech. And I'm like, oh my God, is he inside the church? Found out, no, he's still at the White House and he's, saying his speech. And, James, or not James, but Jake calls Cyrus and is trying to, get him to see if he told Fitz yet. And so, just as Cyrus was about to tell Fitz, sir, I got something to tell you, Jake busts in and just says, we got a situation. There's a bomb at the church. And then they go crazy trying to get, the Secret Service and all his, campaign people, all the people that work for him to get the bomb, get the people out of there. He was like, are you sure there's a bomb there? He was like, I'm sure, I'm positive. He said, because if there's no bomb there, then we're going to look like, and then before he could finish his sentence, the church blew up. Oh my God. Luckily, Sally and everybody else was out. Nobody got hurt really, but Sally campaign manager Leo decides to make this a game for her to be the first woman president. So he puts some soot on her face, rips her shirt, and says, "Go be Jesus." So she goes and tries to help the people, and saying how we need to pray and how we need to just come together. Everybody just looking like, "Oh my God!" And Olivia's like, "Fitz, you need to do a speech. You need to do a speech right now." And so he's doing a speech while the camera's all on her, helping people. And they like, Fitz needs to be the main attraction. They showing the split screen between the two of them. They like, no, Fitz needs to be the main person. But comes to find out that Sally gets all the coverage. They give her everything. And Olivia's just looking like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm going to make sure you pay for this because he's the president. She's just the vice president. But, she basically, now she's going to win. And Fitz and his campaign, they're just prepared to lose. They're like, oh my God, we're losing. Can't believe this. But what happens is Millie, she ends up saying, I want a refund. What are we paying Olivia Pope for? I want a refund. And I was just like, dang, Millie. I guess she really just pissed off because she might have to actually leave the White House. She all about solidifying her place as First Lady. And Olivia ends up telling Fitz about Jerry raping Melly. At first he doesn't believe her, but then he goes and comforts Melly. And Melly's just like, oh my God, Olivia, she can't do anything right. They have this comforting moment. She was just like, I fought him, I did, Fitz. And then he kisses her and, they have that moment. I'm just like, oh my God. He ain't gonna never leave his wife, is he? Harrison and Abby show up at OPA where they see Huck and Queen getting it on. And I mean, they was just like going, and they were like, oh my God, our eyes. Oh my God. And then she was just like, clean up the mess. Please, just clean it up. And I was just like, wow, Huck and Queen, they can't keep their hands off one another. But I'm here for it. Charlie is pissed off. Somehow he found out about Huck and Queen, and now he's like, okay, I'm a sore loser. I got a little payback for you. He gives her this envelope. She goes, what's this? He goes, oh, just a little something. Just giving Huck what he wants, Either way, if you open it or you don't open it, it's going to eat away at you, and he's going to be through with you, whether you open it or not. So my job here is done. Peace. And she just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? They find out that Jerry is Fitz's son, and that he's not his brother, like we all were thinking or hoping, but it's not.
I get it. She's the only African American.
Doing what he thought would be his last speech, his son's just basically like, sorry, Dad, sorry you're losing. He's like, oh no, this from a wrestling, fan or whatever. He goes and gives his speech. And his son starts coughing up blood and spitting up blood and sneezing blood. And they're like, oh my goodness, what's happening? And then she just goes, Fitz. And he collapses on the floor. Make a long story short, they take him to the hospital. They try all they can, but he ends up dying. Now this I didn't see coming. But the way they parallel made it think made us think Maya Pope did it, but come to find out it was Papa Pope. He had Hal or Tom, whoever works for Fitz, whoever's a part of B613, that guy take a little needle pen or something and put it on Jerry so that he would contract meningitis, and that's what killed him. And I was just like, oh my God, Papa Pope, you are a cold piece. And Fitz and no, not Fitz, but Olivia and Cyrus are just like, oh my God, we're gonna win the election now. People are gonna rally behind Fitz because they lost their son, and he's gonna win now. I just thought about it, and Huck, no, Quinn ends up showing Huck, I found your family, but she doesn't tell him that Charlie is the one who actually found it. So he thinks she did it. He says, I never want to see you again. And I'm just like, why don't you tell him Charlie's the one who did it, not you? And he basically says he doesn't want to see her again. He goes to Olivia and just breaks down, just like, oh my God, she found my family. They're better off without me. I don't want to be with them. I'm better. They're better off thinking I'm dead. And she's like, no, you need to tell them exactly where you've been. You need to go see them. And at the end of the episodes, he goes to see them, and I really don't know what's gonna happen with that. I can't see him being with his wife. I would love for that to be, but Huck is not this guy who's just like the perfect dad, perfect husband. He has a lot of problems, and he still is tormented by what B613 did to him. He still occasionally kills people, so they may not be the best thing. I want him and Quinn to get together. Papa Pope ends up trying to get Maya Pope, putting it on her for killing Fitz's son. Fitz, of course, believes him. Is just like, okay, kill her. He finds her, put her in a hole, and basically he's back as command in B613. Olivia is like, oh my God, what do I do? My mother's the reason why Fitz's son is dead. I don't know what else to do. I'm tired of, trying to fix problems. I'm the problem. So she gets on the plane and is getting ready to pack up and leave. When Jake comes back, it's just like, oh my God, you're leaving. Take me with you. And I was like, yes, I'm here for Old Lake. I'm here for him. Even though we know they're not going to last. And they end up getting on the plane together, leaving. And everybody hug Quinn, Abby. They're all just Harrison. They're all just like, oh my gosh, she left. She's leaving. You're a gladiator all over the cliff. How can you do this? But Olivia's just like, I need a change of pace, and I just need some time to myself. And we see Fitz, he won, and he's just on the floor breaking down. He can't hardly believe his son is dead. He's like, where's Olivia? He's president, but he really doesn't even want it. He's like, where's Olivia? And Melly calls Olivia, and she's not even answering her phone. I'm like, don't answer that phone, girl. I need a change of pace, really. And they just stay on the plane. They end up leaving, and Papa Pope and Harrison have this conversation where Harrison just calls him out for doing all the dirty mess. He's like, oh, you think you got me? Well, guess what, I got you. And Hal puts a gun on him, and it goes off, and it's just like, oh my God, is Harrison gonna get killed? What's gonna happen? And that was basically it. The season finale. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I'm kind of glad they didn't give us the way OLED started. I'm glad they didn't end it the way it started, because that's what irritated me last season. Like, I'm tired of him just having to stay with his wife for whatever reason, him having to put Olivia on the back burner. I'm ready for this to be together. And if they can't be together in Vermont, give us a lake for right now. Even though we know they're not going to stay together, I'm just here for them, temporarily. That's basically it. Harrison might end up getting killed. I really hope not. I don't think he'll end up getting killed. I really don't. But we'll see. He's having a lot of Columbus Short Columbus Short, not a Harrison's having a lot of problems with his wife, threatening to kill his wife, and this, that, and the third. And I really hope he doesn't end up getting killed off because of that. But we'll see. We'll see. That's basically it. I think I talked about everything. If I left anything out, leave that below. As usual, follow me on Twitter at O's Midnight Love, and that's OS_midnight_LUV. Also follow me on Instagram at DrinkMeUp21, and I'll see you in my next video. Gladiators, I loved it, and I can't wait to see season 4 start. Hopefully Olivia will be pregnant. I'll leave the links for my Instagram and Twitter in a more info box. And see ya. It's been a great season and wonderful season finale. So see ya. Share my video on Facebook and Twitter. And see ya.